afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Live at 4. It's Friday.
Hope everybody dug out. It feels like a Friday in January.
It's heavy snow.
Yeah, we got a lot of snow.
And more on the way.
Yep.
But we'll get to the weather in just a minute. But first, massive changes. Announced in the Catholic Diocese this week, Bishop Hein unveiled Into the Deep, a plan that would combine more than 100 parishes into 30 restructured groupings.
Changes are on the way to parts of a busy road in Fitchburg after a beloved teacher in the area was hit while walking near the road. And vinyl records outsell CDs for the first time since 1987. We'll talk to a local record store about why people still enjoy their stacks of wax. As we used to call it back in the day. Here's a pretty shot. That is a beautiful shot.
If it weren't a week away from spring. We don't have a weather word today. We have a weather question. When will the pattern end? Greg's in the backyard. More snow on the way.
Unfortunately, yes, there is more snow on the way. So that's why we do have an alert day now in effect for tomorrow night and through early Sunday morning for some snow. Once again, not the amounts that we saw with this previous system, but still it's going to impact travel Saturday night into Sunday morning if you're out and about. And that's all for southern Wisconsin. Much more further north. I'll get that in a bit. Here's your amounts right now. Just only 1 to 3 for most areas. You go further north, 3 to 6, and even further north to northern Minnesota, northern Wisconsin, they'll see quite a bit more from the system right now, and that's what we're looking at. There's your watches and warnings. If you have any travel plans up to the Dakotas, northern Minnesota, definitely take a word of this through Sunday. They're going to have blizzard conditions that could last for a couple days up there with this system, so take note. We'll see probably more of this expand further south into northern Wisconsin to tomorrow. Overall, there's your system as we track it right through. Because it'll come through fairly good, and then it's going to wrap up and then preluded more snow showers for probably Sunday. But Saturday night definitely is a time frame that we're looking for the most impact right now for that. So coming up, we'll kind of break down when the snow starts, when it ends, how much we should receive, and obviously move those clocks forward. And like Mark said, the pattern looks to stay active even through next week with maybe another Thursday, Friday system we're keeping an eye on a bit later in the broadcast.
That one may be liquid, right?
That would be how many in a row?
I've
46.
lost track, and I'm kind of tired of it, so we'll just move on.
All right, let's see you in a few minutes, Greg. Thank you.
Thanks, Greg.
Massive changes announced in the Catholic Diocese this week is prompting Bishop Don Hein to sit down with us and address issues arising from the plan.
He unveiled Into the Deep, a plan that would combine more than 100 parishes into 30 restructured groupings called pastorates.
It comes with a host of repercussions. Naomi Coles is here and has more on all of this. Naomi?
Yeah, that's right, Mark. One of many key questions. What does this mean for the Catholic schools that so many parents rely on throughout the diocese? Nothing right away, the bishop told me, given the complexity of things like teacher contracts and the fact that the schools are still growing, unlike the churches. But a few years into the future, that could be a much different story.
Let's say a new pastorate has 2 or 3 schools in it. It's going to be a process of years, but gradually that pastorate will discern, would it be better for those schools to come together? Is it more strategic to keep them as they are? I think that would be a local decision that will be discerned over the course of several years.
Now, the plan has moved the majority of priests across the diocese into new assignments, something that has come with a lot of grief for parishioners and priests who are attached to their communities. We spoke about many more facets of the plan. I'll have much more Sunday, 10:30 on For the Record.
Naomi, how long has this plan been in development, and why is it needed?
You know, this is something that they've been addressing now, or working towards addressing for a few years. It started with a group of younger priests who came to the bishop, pointing out some of the issues. They launched a massive research project that really shows why the plan was needed. And the major story here is overall decline of religious interest, decline of people in pews, the fact that there are far more funerals than baptisms, major declines of 35% or more of, say, marriages in the district. And looking at all of this, they believe that combining these resources into larger groups that can help each other is going to address and potentially help start filling up the pews and start trying to address just the overall decline of the diocese and really Catholicism overall is experiencing.
But not a lack of priests, which is interesting.
Yeah, I mean, the number of priests has gone down, but it has remained steady. That is not the main concern that the bishop had talking to me. Again, it's a decline from, say, the 40s, the 50s, the 60s, but it has plateaued over the last couple decades.
Over the last couple of months, there's been, or probably years, there's been a little bit of a conflict between parishioners in Catholic parishes who feel a little bit more liberal about Catholic doctrine, not sticking to it to the letter of the law, and the leadership of the church, which is much more conservative. Did the bishop say anything about that?
Yeah, this is, I think, a long-time conflict, particularly in Dane County, right, that you might not experience in perhaps more conservative dioceses. And I did a lot of reporting on the Goretti School last year when we saw just a massive departure from the school in students and teachers after they had hired a new principal. And so one of the things, I brought this question up to him. How does this difference, or how does this new plan address the needs of, say, the more liberal base in the diocese? And, you know, predictably, his answer was a bit vague. He really addressed, but he did address core concerns of things like abortion, things like gay marriage, which are perennial issues that there's a divide on for people who are more liberal versus those more attached to the Catholic tradition. His overall answer was, we are not going to go against 2,000 years of church history and church doctrine in favor of something that appeals to a more liberal base. It's he talked a lot about combination of, say, love and truth, facts, but mixed with God's love. But overall, the message was, this is where the 2,000 years of church history stands. This is where we have to stay.
And quickly, when will we know about the schools?
I mean, again, schools will stay as they are, but over the next few years could expect major changes.
All right, looking forward to your full interview. Sunday, 10:30.
Sunday, 10:30.
Thank you, Naomi.
The entire Oregon school district was placed on a secure hold today after a receptionist at the high school received a threatening call. In an email to families, Superintendent Leslie Bergstrom said the receptionist received a call from an anonymous number where the caller made a threat of violence toward the high school. That secure hold was lifted mid-afternoon at everywhere but the high school. Bergstrom says the hold at the high school will continue as the Oregon Police Department works through their investigation. Well, changes are on the way in Fitchburg after a beloved educator in the area was hit and killed while walking near the road.
But some neighbors say this problem should have been addressed earlier. Our Catherine Merck spent the day learning about what's next for the project following the deadly crash.
Officials have laid out design improvements for the south stretch of South Cyene Road in Fitchburg 2 months after a teacher died while walking in this area.
There will be more opportunities for pedestrians and bicyclists to utilize the road.
Samantha Herheim is a project manager with KL Engineering, the team behind the changes to Cyene Road. She says the full data from the deadly January crash is not available to them yet. Once it is, she said those working on the project will review it to see if there can be further safety improvements. She says many people who live near Cyene Road have been vocal about the plans before and after the deadly crash.
A lot of the residents have been very engaged throughout the entire process of the project and know that we've been looking at kind of speed solutions and safety solutions throughout the life of the project.
The engineers behind the project tell me things are all on track to be completed by 2024. Reporting in Fitchburg, I'm Catherine Merck with News 3 Now.
And this is a story we've continued to follow as people in the area look at the plans. Some say action sooner could have prevented Beth Steffen's death.
You'll hear more from some of the people who live near Cyene Road coming up tonight at 6. An autopsy report shows that a missing man who was found dead in Grant County earlier this week showed no signs of trauma. 34-year-old Ronald Henry had been missing since last December. His body was found in the Platteville area on Sunday. While the cause of Henry's death remains inconclusive, the Grant County Sheriff's Office said there were no signs of trauma.
Madison police say a 30-year-old man wanted in connection to a deadly shooting on the city's north side last July was arrested yesterday. Charvis Blue is charged with first-degree intentional homicide as a party to a crime in the July 22nd, 2022 shooting that killed 18-year-old LaRon Bynum of Milwaukee. Bynum was found shot inside a stolen vehicle in the area of Vollen Street and North Sherman Avenue. Madison police say Blue was arrested in Milwaukee. With the help of U.S. Marshal Services, he is awaiting transfer to the Dane County Jail. New York prosecutors have invited former President Donald Trump to appear before a grand jury considering charges in a hush money investigation. Potential defendants in New York are required by law to to be notified. It's not yet clear if Trump will appear. The investigation is tied to a $130,000 payment to adult film star Stormy Daniels that was made days before the 2016 presidential election to keep her from going public about an alleged affair with Trump a decade earlier. Trump has denied the affair. He responded on his Truth Social account last night, "I did absolutely nothing wrong. I never had an affair with Stormy Daniels." Hush money payments are not illegal. Prosecutors are weighing whether to charge Trump with falsifying the business records of the Trump Organization. A gunman killed 6 people in a rampage at a Jehovah's Witness center in Hamburg, Germany. That's Germany's second largest city.
As police work to determine a motive, they say the suspected shooter took his own life during the attack. Tina Kraus reports from London.
Forensic investigators collected evidence at the scene the morning after a gunman opened fire at his former Jehovah's Witnesses congregation in Hamburg. Authorities are still searching for a motive in the attack that left 6 people dead before the gunman apparently took his own life. A woman who was 28 weeks pregnant lost her unborn baby. She was among 8 wounded in the rampage that shocked Germany, where mass shootings are rare. Officers reached the prayer hall as the attack was unfolding. This man, who took video of the scene with his phone, says he heard at least 24 gunshots before a long pause and then one more. A police unit specially trained to deal with rampages and terror attacks were among the first on the scene. Officials said they likely prevented more casualties. Authorities say the suspected gunman was a 35-year-old German national identified only as Philip F., in accordance with rules for naming suspects. Police said he had left the congregation voluntarily, but apparently not on good terms about a year and a half ago. Tina Kraus, CBS News.
Police said there was no indication of a terrorist motive in the attack. They say the suspected gunman had a weapons license and legally owned a semi-automatic pistol.
Well, for the first time in 30 years, vinyl records have outsold CDs in the U.S.
So what can this surge in record sales be attributed to? Well, as digital music streaming gained popularity, it seemed like the final nail in the coffin for the vinyl record industry and stores. But now record sales have seen a significant uptick, even outselling CDs for the first time since data began being collected in 1991. Local record store owners say part of the reason for the surge is the novelty of being able to physically hold the purchased music.
Records are a piece of art, a tangible piece of art, a beginning and end, and you can hear what the artist is actually wanting to do. And you kind of lose that when you just have an endless stream happening.
Social media and pop culture have also played a big role in the revitalization of vinyl records, and plenty of entertainment avenues are showing records and record players. While the boom in vinyl records has been great, the opposite seems to be the case for compact discs. The demand for vinyl records isn't just limited to one genre, be it current classic, rock, or country. You still have a turntable?
Yeah. Who buys CDs? There's no players in the cars anymore?
That's a good question.
The computers don't have them?
No, you're right. That's a very good. So it's easy to outsell them.
Yeah, it's pretty easy. Well, the Oscars are handed out this weekend.
When we come back, who will take home the gold? Our resident film buff, Brady Mallory, will share his thoughts when Live at 4 continues.
You're watching News 3 Now, Live at 4.
Fresh out of Papa Murphy's kitchen, the limited time double bacon cheddar pizza.
Actually, it's fresh out of my oven.
Dad, it's just an expression.
Nacho cheddar cheese sauce, crispy bacon, Canadian bacon? Now that is an expression.
Change the way you pizza.
At McGann Furniture and Flooring in Baraboo, we know that hardworking people want the most value for their money. At McGann's, we've already sorted out and selected the brands that we feel offer you the most bang for your buck. From young couples to senior citizens, we offer a huge selection at prices that will fit your budget. And remember, at McGann's, we don't raise prices only to lower them later for a sale. Discover the difference at McGann Furniture and Flooring, downtown Baraboo.
A lot of new dry eye patients in my office tell me about their frequent dry eyes, which may point to dry eye disease. Millions of Americans were estimated to have it. They also tell me they've tried artificial tears again and again, but the relief is temporary. Xiidra can provide lasting relief. Xiidra treats the signs and symptoms of dry eye disease.
Don't use if allergic to Xiidra. Common side effects include eye irritation, discomfort or blurred vision when applied, and unusual taste sensation.
Why wait? Ask your eye doctor about a 90-day prescription for Xiidra today.
The world's largest consumer bicycle show, Bike-O-Rama, is this weekend at Madison's Alliant Energy Center.
Spring is coming, so is the 27th annual Bike-O-Rama, and admission is free.
Dozens of factory reps from all the major brands will be on hand to answer your questions about the new 2023 models.
All at the lowest prices of the year.
Test ride e-bikes on the huge indoor test track.
Clothing, helmets, parts, and accessories up to 90% off. Half price inner tubes.
All bicycles include free local service.
The 27th annual Bike-O-Rama at Madison's Alliant Energy Center.
This weekend starts Friday at noon through 6 o'clock Sunday.
At Lawton Cates, your life counts is more than just a slogan. It means we're committed to seeking justice for those injured by someone else's negligence. It means standing up to the insurance company, helping you with your medical bills, and getting you fully compensated for lost time at work. Have questions? When you contact Lawton Cates, there's no charge for our initial consultation, and there's never a fee until we deliver the results you deserve. At Lawton Cates, your life counts. Call today.
Anytime Fitness is having a 10-day flash sale. For 10 days only, you can join Anytime Fitness for just $1. Get a coach and a community to support you with training, nutrition, and recovery. Now through March 10th, join Anytime Fitness for just $1. Hurry in now. This deal won't last long.
There are so many things we take for granted, and along with them, sometimes we take the people who depend on them for granted too. How can they survive with record increases in their basic cost of living, and through no fault of their own, they're being left behind? If you or someone you know needs a hand up, our energy and water providers are working together to keep you safely in your home. You may not ask for it, but we're here to help.
Well, welcome back. Tech lender Silicon Valley Bank collapsed today after failing to raise enough money to end its capital crisis.
It marks the largest closure of a U.S. bank since 2008, when Washington Mutual fell during the financial crisis. SVB's dire financial straits set off fears of a meltdown across the banking industry over the last 2 days. California regulators shut down the bank and put it in control of the U.S. Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation, which is acting as a receiver. That usually means the FDIC will liquidate the bank's assets to pay back its customers.
A better than expected jobs report and that stunning collapse of the bank sent stocks tumbling again. The Dow Industrials lost another 345 points, ending the week at 31,909. The NASDAQ lost almost 200 points. The S&P 500 fell 56. Well, the Oscar Awards will be handed out Sunday night.
For the 29th year, Chef Wolfgang Puck has unveiled his Academy Awards menu. There are the usuals: his Oscar-shaped smoked salmon, chocolate cigars, and cocktails with gold flakes. This year, the famed chef is adding beef Wellington to the menu. He says they always have new movies out, so he's making some new dishes. I love beef Wellington. The annual after Oscars
Aren't you fancy?
Governor's Ball is one of the most elite invitations in Hollywood. It is reserved for Oscar winners only and special guests.
I've never had it.
Beef Wellington?
No. Is that like a beef with a...
With a puff pastry around it, yeah.
Okay.
It's good.
The Oscars, of course, are all about the movies, though. Winners will be chosen in 24 categories.
Well, he's not a voting member of the Academy yet, but no one loves movies and pop culture more than our anchor, Brady Mallory.
You've seen most of the nominees for Best Picture.
Yeah.
Let's get some predictions from you. What do you think is going to be the best picture?
I think Everything Everywhere All at Once will take the gold this year. A lot of people love that movie. It had a huge momentum at the SAG Awards and the Independent Spirit Awards. The only awards it didn't win were the ones it wasn't nominated for at those.
Really?
And it's a delightful movie. Have you two seen it?
I did, and I didn't understand the frame of it. I thought it was trying too hard.
It's very complicated, but at the end, I think it has a really sweet lesson.
Yeah, the ending is nice.
Yeah.
But it's just, I'll have to watch it again.
All right, how about Best Actor?
Oh gosh, this is a tough one. I do think Michelle Yeoh will win. Everything Everywhere All at Once. I think she will win. She had a lot of momentum as well. But then there's Cate Blanchett in Tar. Now, she was really good, and who doesn't want to watch Cate Blanchett for 3 hours just speaking with gravitas and directing?
And the music
orchestra.
in that was spectacular.
Yeah, and I was rewatching that last night. She is phenomenal. I would like to see her win an Oscar for that role. She should. But I think Michelle Yeoh also gave a tremendous performance.
All right.
And I'm decked out in my Oscar outfit.
I was going to say, can I show you to your table?
I'm wearing my Nicole Kidman AMC shirt because in that ad, she invented cinema. So, you know,
that's true.
There you go. Heartbreak feels good in a place like this.
All right, how about Best Actor?
That's another one that's kind of tough right now because everyone is talking about Brendan Fraser in The Whale. I didn't care for that movie, but people love that actor. They love seeing a comeback story. Austin Butler, however, in Elvis, he won the BAFTA, and he was the favorite early on in award season. And you loved him in that movie.
Yeah, Colin Firth's also nominated, right?
I would love to see Colin Farrell win for Banshees of Inisherin. He was delightful in that movie.
Colin Farrell, I mean, not Colin Firth.
Yeah, but Colin Firth won an Oscar for The King's Speech, so, you know, Oscar winner there. You weren't wrong.
I loved the Banshee movie.
Yeah, it was a dark comedy that was funny. Jenny the Donkey deserved more credit.
Yes, I think so, too.
Yeah, and you need to keep the closed captioning on. I highly recommend it.
Pretty thick Irish accent.
Yeah, it was really, really good. There,
we're seeing it. So, do you think we'll have any surprises?
Hopefully there are no slaps this year. That would be a nice
Will's
surprise.
not invited for 10 years.
I think for like Best Supporting Actor, Ke Huy Quan has it in the bag. That won't be a surprise at all for Everything Everywhere All at Once. Carrie Condon, I think, could surprise for Supporting Actress.
She was in what?
She was in The Banshees of Inisherin. She played Colin Farrell's sister in that movie. Everyone had been talking about Angela Bassett, and now they're talking about Jamie Lee Curtis. I think if they were to win, those would be career best Oscars versus her actual performances, which were both great, but Carrie Condon might just sneak right up the middle there.
What about some of the big commercials?
Yeah, if the box office had any say, Avatar should win everything.
Top Gun Maverick and Avatar.
And I think you're right, and you saw Top Gun Maverick.
I loved it.
Yeah. I think that's going to win a lot of the tech awards. Sound, editing, as it should. It was a spectacular movie to see and to hear.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But Tom Cruise is not nominated.
He is not, but you know, if it were to win Best Picture, he is a producer on that film, so he could win an Oscar for that if that were to win.
Chances are not.
I don't think so.
The Academy likes the Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Yeah.
Quirky little movies.
I think so, but it's nice to have a Top Gun because everyone loved that movie, so hopefully that brings in a big audience.
Well done!
Yeah, and I love beef Wellington too, so we can have that.
It's not something, it's hard to make at home. It's something you order at a fancy restaurant. Yeah.
Well, I'm not that fancy, apparently.
I'll make you one.
All right, we'll be watching Sunday night, and Will Loper will be here, our official film critic, with a rundown of the winners and losers and surprises, and hopefully no slaps.
Thank you, Brady. That was great.
Oh, thanks
we appreciate
for having
it.
me.
What's the age-old question? What came first, the chicken or the egg?
Apparently, they've come up with the answer in New Orleans. You have to see this one coming up after Greg's First Warn forecast.
Have you heard? We've outgrown our space. Again! Save up to half off floor samples and special orders at Dwellings Construction Sale. Dwellings, interior design and home furnishings. Still Madison's best kept $150 secret.
Family is just very important. She's my sister, and we depend on each other a lot.
She's the rock of the family. She's the person who holds everything together.
It's a battle, you know, I'm gonna be there.
Keytruda and chemotherapy meant treating my cancer with 2 different types of medicine.
In a clinical trial, Keytruda and chemotherapy was proven to help people live longer than chemotherapy alone. Keytruda is used to treat more patients with advanced lung cancer than any other immunotherapy. Keytruda may be used with certain chemotherapies as your first treatment. If you have advanced non-squamous, non-small cell lung cancer and you do not have an abnormal EGFR or ALK gene. Keytruda can cause your immune system to attack healthy parts of your body during or after treatment. This may be severe and lead to death. See your doctor right away if you have cough, shortness of breath, chest pain, diarrhea, severe stomach pain, severe nausea or vomiting, headache, light sensitivity, eye problems, irregular heartbeat, extreme tiredness, constipation, dizziness or fainting, changes in appetite, thirst or urine, confusion, memory problems, muscle pain or weakness, fever, rash, itching or flushing. There may be other side effects. Tell your doctor about all your medical conditions, including immune system problems. If you've had or plan to have an organ or stem cell transplant, receive chest radiation, or have a nervous system problem.
It feels good to be here for them.
Living longer is possible. It's true. Keytruda from Merck. Ask your doctor about Keytruda.
Lake Ridge may be a new name, but it isn't a new bank. It's one built on over a century of community commitment. One equipped with all the knowledge and resources of 145 collective years of experience. Monona Bank and State Bank of Cross Plains are coming together as one. As Lake Ridge Bank, we're doing more together for you.
Two candidates for Supreme Court, two very different beliefs. Judge Janet Protasewicz. She believes women should have the freedom to make their own decisions on abortion. Extremist Dan Kelly. He supports the 1849 law that takes away women's rights and criminalizes abortion, even in cases of rape, incest, and health of the mother. So who represents you? An extremist or a common sense judge? Vote by April 4th.
Have you heard? We've outgrown our space. Again! Save up to half off floor samples and special orders at Dwellings Construction Sale. Dwellings, interior design and home furnishings. Still Madison's best kept $150 secret.
Well, take a look at this. A competition to recreate a world-famous painting has yielded some striking and even controversial results. While the iconic 15th century work, Girl with a Pearl Earring, is out on loan from the Netherlands Mauritshuis Museum. In its place, the museum is featuring finalists from a competition to reimagine the famous work called My Girl with the Pearl. The contest was flooded with more than 3,400 submissions. The finalists are now on loop in a digital frame in the museum.
Oh, very interesting. I don't know about the person who put the hat on the corn cob.
What was that? That was mine. Thank you. Creative as I could get.
That's about creative I could get, too.
All right, more snow and more daylight on the way.
That's good. We got daylight savings time. We got more snow. Next week, St. Patrick's Day, too.
I saw 40s next week in your forecast.
Yes, unfortunately, there's a storm of that time period, too. That could change. But
on Thursday and Friday again?
Yeah, I'll break all that down after the break.
Team, I need a volunteer. We need promotional products.
I'm on it. 4imprint makes promotional product success easy. For high-quality items, go to 4imprint.com.
4imprint, for certain.
Habitat Restore is full of great finds at great prices for a great cause. With a unique inventory of high-quality, low-cost goods, you can save money and feel good about your purchase. Shop Restore Dane County today.
Oh no, I think I lost my debit card.
Okay, don't panic.
Don't panic, we're in a mall. Some stranger's probably tapping new shoes, tapping a washer-dryer combo, just tapping everything in sight.
It's okay, just tap your phone. With BMO, you can use your phone to freeze and unfreeze a lost card.
I can?
And you can always get a new card instantly at a BMO branch.
I got my tap back.
You ever seen someone this excited about a debit card before?
Oh yeah. Not this excited.
When a bank gives you instant peace of mind, that's the BMO effect.
If you're on Medicare and Medicaid, it pays to pick a plan with the benefits you want. With the iCare Medicare plan, members receive a spending account card that gives them $150 total per month to spend on food, OTC items, utilities, or even rent. Members also have a $0 copay for all covered Part D drugs and dental and vision coverage. Call to speak with a licensed sales agent who will help you find out if you're eligible. Rest easy. iCare is looking out for you and your health.
From working out to catching up, and of course, game night. Your home is the groundwork for all of life's awesome moments. This is Tom Coyle. My family and I say thank you. We're proud to have been a part of this community for 78 years. And during our 78th anniversary event, carpet installation is just $78. Coyle Carpet One Floor and Home. Beautiful, made affordable. Locally owned and operated since 1945.
Sexual assault of an 11-year-old. No prison time. He raped a military veteran, left her for dead. Just 2.5 years. Raped a mentally disabled 14-year-old. Probation. How the heck did this happen? Janet Protasewicz.
If you could go back in time, would you have ruled any differently?
I would say no.
Really? No time in prison?
I would say no.
Protasewicz set violent criminals free. Again and again. Tell Judge Protasewicz, stop protecting criminals.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Yeah, we have another first alert warn day again for tomorrow night into Sunday for another round of snow. Not what we had just recently, but still it could impact travel for basically Saturday night and early Sunday morning. So we're expecting 1 to 4 inches. Lesser amounts to go further south, more higher amounts to go towards like I-94 and further north than that. Basically all the area, once again, it'll be a light snow. We're not expecting to have a heavy snow. So if you break it down right now, Saturday afternoon to night, light snow will spread across the area, mainly after 4 p.m. It will take a while to get to Madison. We're not expecting any period of heavy or moderate snow like we saw last night, so that's why the amounts will be less, maybe 1 to 3 inches by the time we get up to Sunday morning. As we go towards Sunday, we'll still have light snow, kind of steady in the morning, then more light snow showers or flurries throughout the day. We might pick up some more snow, especially as you go further north. There's a little bit more uncertainty how long the snow would last, and if we get any of these bands set up Sunday, that we could get a little bit more accumulation. So that could change in the future here regarding that. But overall, for snow amounts, 1 to 3 further south, basically like US 14 southward, 1 to 3. Go further north, 3 to 6. If you go much further north, northern Minnesota, northern Wisconsin, 9+ or even more. That's where really they're going to see a significant winter storm going on. So like I said, this could change a little bit, but generally we're not going to see the amounts we saw with the previous one, but still travel impacts. The two lows that are really going to be responsible for this are actually the ones that really pounded California with that river and the atmospheric river, rain and snow. They're eventually going to kind of split as they come across, one to the south, one kind of slowing down up to the north. That's going to provide the blizzard conditions up there. So we're going to be kind of in between one, so that's why we're not expecting a large amount of snow with this. Not a strong system, but once again, will provide at least some impact. As you time out tonight, we're going to see basically temperatures get back down into lower 20s. A few breaks in the clouds as you wake up. You'll see mid-20s over most of the locations. We'll see cloud cover once again begin to increase, and then the precipitation will start to make its way west to east slowly during the late afternoon, and I think by evening, 5 to 6, most areas will be seeing some light snow, not really heavy, just light snow all throughout the night, and then we'll start seeing it kind of tail off a little bit as we go past 1 and 2, and by the time we wake up, we might see a break in the light snow, but then we might see another round come through as this whole low begins to push south, and we get kind of this wraparound moisture and snow showers that could come through. So that's something to keep in mind of. We go through the clock here to give you an idea of what we're looking for temperatures for tomorrow. Those look good, but then conditions, really 5 to 6 in the afternoon is when the snow for Madison will probably start coming in, and we could have some travel impacts starting to accumulate at that time. Overall, the alert day is there. We should then cool off for the beginning of the work week. Like I said, 32, and our normal high should be around 42. Then we jump back up into the 40s, and then a lot of question marks on whether what we're going to see that Thursday into Friday system, which right now does look wet on the warm side, but there are some indications it could be a lot of rain, or it could switch to snow too. So stay tuned for more updates on that, because we'll see what the St. Patrick's Day looks like, especially that evening. But right now it's kind of iffy, but that's what we're looking at.
Well, it'll be okay for your birthday tomorrow. Happy birthday.
It'll be snow again.
Yeah.
Well, appropriate.
It's a March birthday. Either one year it's great, the next year it's terrible.
Exactly.
All right, Greg, thank you.
Thanks, Greg.
Well, it's a mystery that local residents really can't seem to crack.
Where did the chickens in the St. Roche neighborhood in New Orleans come from?
Eleanor Tabone ruffled some feathers to solve this myth.
Over here on St. Roch, we feed our chickens.
Which came first, the chicken or the egg?
They my babies, and I love them so much.
Well, that's the mystery in the St. Roch neighborhood.
So they all over. They over down here, downtown T. If you go all the way downtown T, they over here on Legend Fields, Frenchman. They all up in the area. On Florida Avenue, they all over. They're not just here. These are our chickens in our neighborhood here on St. Roch. But each area have their own chickens.
Connie Smith and her husband moved here 4 years ago, and these feathery babies were already calling the neutral ground home.
They're very good. They don't bother nobody. They don't fight with nobody. They don't try to bite nobody.
Neighbours take turns feeding the ever-growing flock. They even have a feeding schedule.
If I don't feed them the day before, they'll come underneath by my bedroom, and they'll stand there, hey, mama, come on out here and feed us this doggone food. And then I'll just get up, you know, later on, I feed them like 4 or 5 o'clock in the evening.
Now, they're also over on Tulane, but where did they come from?
Mr. Clarence, where do you think that these chickens came from?
From an egg.
One neighbour says they roam all over, but they do have predators.
For 51 years, these chickens have been roaming around?
Yes. Not the same one, because people eat them when they catch them.
I've been seeing the chickens, I want to say, for about 26 years.
For residents, the chickens are a form of entertainment.
Well, I seen the chickens come out of my backyard. This is my mother's house, and they go across the street where they have a little bit of construction in that carpentry. Yeah, so I have a nice time watching them.
After hours of asking where they came from, one neighbour claims backyard chicks got out of his grandparents' yard and started their own free-range family.
So your family's the reason why everyone gets to enjoy these chickens?
Yeah, well, my grandfather, my mother's family.
But what about the eggs?
Now, neighbours have told me that the chickens come here to the Woven Roots Community Garden to lay their eggs. We want to find some of those eggs, so come on, let's find some eggs. No eggs. No eggs. Lizard. No one knows where they lay their eggs, huh?
No one's know where they lay their eggs.
As the sun sets, the chickens wander to their nests to turn in for the night. But tomorrow is a new day, and they'll be at someone's door asking for breakfast.
Thank you for interviewing me and our chickens.
Eleanor Tabone, Eyewitness News.
I love her.
That
She
lady
just makes
is
me smile.
Precious.
They came from an egg. Duh.
Duh. Where did the chickens come from? Egg. All right, coming up next year on Live at 4, Armin Rahman tells us about a Jefferson County family with a rare medical condition.
And then coming up next hour at 5, a new emergency mental health facility planned for Dane County is now one step closer to becoming a reality. We'll have the details tonight at 5.
You know what that sound means. It's spring break at Bob's Discount Furniture. And no matter your sleep style or budget, I have a world-famous Bob-O-Pedic mattress for hundreds less than national brands. Like this Bob-O-Pedic Prize Queen mattress for just $5.99. And this cool-to-the-touch copper sport with innovative copper threads. Catch major Z's on my signature gel with charcoal. With 30 years of sleep experience and the best warranties in the biz, you can take a break from the mattress guessing game this spring break at Bob's.
A lot of new dry eye patients in my office tell me about their frequent dry eyes, which may point to dry eye disease. Millions of Americans were estimated to have it. They also tell me they've tried artificial tears again and again, but the relief is temporary. Xiidra can provide lasting relief. Xiidra treats the signs and symptoms of dry eye disease.
Don't use if allergic to Xiidra. Common side effects include eye irritation, discomfort or blurred vision when applied, and unusual taste sensation.
Why wait? Ask your eye doctor about a 90-day prescription for Xiidra today.
There are so many things we take for granted. So many things. And along with them, sometimes we take the people who depend on them for their survival for granted too. The elderly, disabled, the veterans, people on limited and fixed incomes, or folks that lost jobs in sectors hardest hit during the pandemic. How can they survive with record increases in their basic cost of living? Some people just can't come back. And through no fault of their own, they're being left behind, struggling to keep their heat, water, and power on. If you or someone you know needs a hand up, our heat, water, and power providers are working together to keep you safely in your home. You may not ask for it, but we're here to help.
Some numbers simply have more meaning than others. After an accident, there's one critical number. The number that helps you get your life back by factoring in your needs for today and tomorrow. That's where Habish and Rotier's numbers really add up. With over 90 years of client successes and 13 offices to help you wherever you are. Trust Habish Personal Injury Attorneys to get the number that's right for you. Call now.
New at 5, we're taking a closer look at how local mental health service providers hope Dane County's new triage center will help them address a critical need.
As quickly as the snow ended from last night's storm, we have to turn our attention to the next round of accumulating snow. A first warned weather alert day is in the forecast for Saturday night and Sunday. At 5, I'll let you know how much snow is on the way.
Tonight on News 3 Now, after a beloved Fitchburg teacher died while walking on this road, I'm speaking with those in the area about what can be done to make sure this doesn't happen again.
Giving the weather satellite a spin, we end up in San Francisco.
A little chilly there today, 58 degrees. Well, it's chilly in San Francisco.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, people think it's not like Los Angeles.
It's not sunny California, sunny Southern California. Well, it's a rare disorder affecting fewer than 50,000 people in the U.S., but no parent wants to hear their child has Rett syndrome, a missing protein that affects brain development and speaking.
It also creates financial obstacles, and that's why a Fort Atkinson family is looking to the community for some help. Arman Rahman has a story you'll only see on News 3 Now.
Meet Amaya Lowry. Like many 5-year-olds, she loves junk food and the movie Trolls on repeat.
It's a phase.
But what sets her apart is not just her retro music taste.
You can get her to do anything for Mbop.
Amaya lives with Rett syndrome.
Ready? Come here. We noticed it at about, I want to say between like 9 and 18 months. Like she wasn't able to get up anymore. So it was just very sad to watch. We went for 3 or 4 years without being able to communicate with her very well.
Rett syndrome is a genetic disease that occurs mostly in young girls and rarely in young boys.
Often they'll lose the ability to speak, and they'll lose the ability to use their hands to do different things.
She's all there mentally, but she's locked inside a body.
But Rett syndrome, like many rare diseases, comes with a massive economic burden. Now, Kara and Tyler have to get a new wheelchair-accessible van for Amaya.
It's just becoming kind of like a safety issue for her with the car seat because, as you can see, she's very tall.
And their safety.
It's basically a deadlift.
A brand new model that will last doesn't come cheap.
And those can run anywhere from like 35 to 60.
They're hosting a GoFundMe Saturday to raise about $50,000.
And part of it is to create awareness around Rett syndrome, and part of it is to help her get her van.
Research into a possible cure for Rett syndrome is still ongoing.
Want some applesauce?
Leaving Amaya to live her life like this.
It's almost like grieving for something that you know she could have had that she probably won't, if we're being realistic about it. Reading. She loves reading.
Thanks to a special keyboard that tracks her eye movements, nothing's stopping her from getting her point across.
She has a button on here that says ha ha ha, and she's real quick with that. So I'm like, you are messing with all of us.
Because like all 5-year-olds, she has a smile that's irresistible and unbreakable.
So I'm happy. Yeah, are you happy? That's awesome. I like it that you're happy.
In Madison, Arman Rahman, News 3 Now.
And there will be a fundraiser for the van called Driven to Care with 2 euchre tournaments and $5,000 in donated raffle items.
If you can help, it's happening this Saturday at the Oakland Center Tavern in Fort Atkinson. If you can't make it, an online raffle is also available.
To raise lots of money. Well, they're creepy and they're kooky and they're hitting the stage at Belleville High School this weekend.
When we come back, we'll head backstage. We'll head center stage with Belleville High School's production of The Addams Family. That's when Live at 4 continues.
It's A1 Furniture's biggest and best sale ever. Their warehouse liquidation event is on now. Our lease is up and everything must go. Over $1 million in inventory must be sold now at huge discounts. 40,000 square feet of incredible savings only at A1 Furniture and Mattress.
Remember this, and the false elector scheme. In Wisconsin, extremist Dan Kelly was the right-wing lawyer behind the scenes of it all. The bipartisan January 6th Commission revealed Kelly advised Trump operatives as special counsel to overturn the will of the people and overthrow the election results. Kelly even went on tour promoting the big lie. On April 4th, vote like democracy depends on it, because it does.
Creating family memories is what Maple Leaf Landscaping is all about.
We design and build outdoor spaces that bring people together. Landscaped spaces for any size family. Functional, beautiful, a place everyone will enjoy. And it all starts with a free visit at your home by one of our landscape experts. So call Maple Leaf Landscaping today and have us create an outdoor living space for your home.
Get personalized support. Call the Wisconsin Tobacco Quit line at 1-800-QUIT-NOW.
Memories matter. This bend on Cox Hollow Lake was one of Dad's favorite fishing holes. Crest Funeral and Cremation Service helped us make sure he's never forgotten. Making it personal. It's how you heal. We are Crest. We truly believe your memories matter.
All right, team. We got a big project coming up. And it all starts with ordering promotional products.
I'm on it. 4imprint makes it easy to get the logoed products you're looking for. The latest in apparel, drinkware, bags, high-tech items, and more. You can be certain of getting it right at 4imprint.com.
Come on out. I'm on it.
4imprint for certain.
Don't miss out on 40,000 square feet of incredible savings at A1 Furniture's warehouse liquidation event on now. Everything must go with immediate pickup or delivery. Sofas, sectionals, dining sets, bedroom sets, mattresses, and more at liquidation prices. Only at A1 Furniture and Mattress.
Well, the Addams Family musical comedy opened on Broadway in 2010.
I feel like we should be snapping,
Yeah.
right? It starred Nathan Lane as Gomez and Bebe Neuwirth as Morticia. The show was based on the TV show, which was based on a comic strip.
The whole creepy gang hits the stage this weekend in Belleville. Let's go center stage for Belleville High School's production of The Addams Family.
When you're an Addams, you gotta have a lot of passion. When you're an Addams, you need to really love your wife. At least once a day.
We wanted to grow the drama program here at Belleville, and we knew with the Netflix TV show Wednesday coming out, a lot of people are being more and more familiar with the Addams Family just as an icon of American film. So we kind of figured we'd be able to get a bunch of people to audition if we chose the Addams Family.
When you're an Addams, you have a very special duty. When you're an Addams, you're obligated to the clan.
Honestly, I just fell in love with the music. The story is surprisingly heartwarming, and it would really fit with our students and our students' strengths. We got an overwhelmingly excited response, and we had many students come to audition. We ended up casting everyone.
I just light up, and it's almost that warm butterfly feeling in your stomach the first time you step on stage for a show, and the lights flash in your eyes, and for a second you can't see, but then everything is clear and you settle into this place of just pure joy.
There's plenty of humor, also a lot of dark topics that are brought to light, a lot that I don't see often, and I enjoy dark humor.
I think when you look at the Addams Family as portrayed in this musical, you still get a sense of that quirky, kooky, macabre, dark side of the Addams Family, but you also see a really heartwarming side. You see a family that really loves each other. And interestingly enough, you see a family that's not afraid of three of the things that most humans are afraid of: death, pain, and being truly known by someone else.
Performing is definitely an outlet for expression, whether you're dancing, singing, acting. It's just a way to put all kinds of different emotions on stage to either express how you actually are feeling or how a character is feeling, and I think that's really magical.
This is going to be an interesting evening for everyone who comes to see the Addams Family. There's both laughter and sadness, heartwarming moments, and just silly moments. Show-stopping dance numbers, fantastic vocalists, just a wonderful energy and a really heartwarming story about love, marriage, and family.
It's the Addams Family, Belleville High School, tonight and tomorrow at 7, Sunday at 2 o'clock. For tickets, go to theatricalrights.com. Looks like a fun show.
Break a leg, everybody.
All right, we'll be right back with the final check of your forecast.
It's the Mattress Madness event at Steinhafels. The best time to buy your new mattress. Test rest the new Beauty Rest Black for your chance to win a dream vacation to Hawaii. Steinhafels has all the best brands at the best prices. And with our 72-month special financing, your new mattress just got more affordable. Plus, with free delivery and our 120-night sleep guarantee, you can't go wrong. Shop in-store or online at steinhafels.com.
New Ivisia Dry Eye Drops. Made with hydrating polymers, moisturizing hyaluronic acid, and revitalizing trehalose to reduce dryness, discomfort, and strain. Ivisia. We see a better way.
In 2023, iCare Medicare plan members receive $150 a month total for food, OTC products, and more when using the spending account card, plus dental and vision coverage. Rest easy. iCare is looking out for you and your health.
For back pain, I've always been a take 2 and call in the morning guy. But my new doctor recommended Salonpas. Without another pill upsetting my stomach, I get powerful, effective, and safe relief. Salonpas, it's good medicine.
Sexual assault of an 11-year-old. No prison time. He raped a military veteran, left her for dead. Just 2.5 years. Raped a mentally disabled 14-year-old. Probation. How the heck did this happen? Janet Protasewicz.
If you could go back in time, would you have ruled any differently?
I would say no. Really? No time in prison? I would say no. Protasewicz set violent criminals free. Again and again. Tell Judge Protasewicz, stop protecting criminals.
Another first warn weather alert day is in the forecast for accumulating snow Saturday night and Sunday. At 5, I'll let you know how much snow to expect.
And how local mental health providers hope plans for a new crisis triage center will get more people the help they need. That's next at 5.
A high-stakes election for a seat on the Wisconsin Supreme Court. News 3 Now presents a debate between candidates Daniel Kelly and Janet Protasewicz in a Campaign 2023 special. Tuesday, March 21st at 4 p.m. Only on News 3 Now.
We have a first warn alert day in effect for Saturday night and Sunday night Sunday for 1 to 4 inches of snow. Roads will likely become snow covered or slippery that night and then actually improve Sunday and become wet covered once the snow lets up. Once again, also don't forget your time zone change coming up. Move those clocks forward early Sunday morning.
FlexSteel is furniture that comforts, furniture for living, furniture with a heart of steel. Save big during our FlexSteel authorized sale, going on now at Waunakee Furniture, ETC.
I'm Fernando, live outside of Boston. I've been with Consumer Cellular for 5 years. Consumer Cellular gives you all the same features that these big companies give you. What you get for the cost is remarkable. Why would you pay more money?
Why would you pay more when you can get unlimited talk and text with a flexible data plan starting at just $20 a month?
I think they should raise their prices.
Sorry, Fernando. Our prices are staying low. So switch today and save. Call or go online.
Fry Construction invites you to celebrate spring with our big spring thaw sale. We're talking about savings of 23%. Many of your neighbors already know how we strive to meet and exceed expectations with each and every project. That's why they voted us Best Roofer 3 years in a row. Experience the best of Madison for yourself with Fry Construction. Get on board with our spring thaw sale. Save 23% off gutters or insulation with any full roofing project. Schedule your consultation today at fryconstruction.com.
Did you know that Wisconsin Vision offers telehealth eye exams? I just scheduled my telehealth eye exam easily on their website. Once in store, a tech helps get me started and then pre-checks my eyes. See my eye on the screen? Then I have my telehealth eye exam virtually with a licensed optometrist on the TV.
Everything looks great, Kate. You're going to love your new prescription.
Ask us about our $59 eye exam. Wisconsin Vision. See more life.
A convicted felon kidnapped and raped a 15-year-old girl, abducting her off the street in broad daylight. Judge Janet Protasewicz could have sentenced him to 20 years. Instead, she put him back on our streets.
What detractors would say is you having been soft on a violent sexual crime.
I would say that that's ridiculous. Judge Protasewicz puts our families at risk, and putting her on our Supreme Court, that's what's ridiculous. Fair Courts America is responsible for the content of this advertising.
FlexSteel is furniture that comforts, furniture for living, furniture with a heart of steel. Save big during our FlexSteel authorized sale, going on now at Waunakee Furniture, ETC.
Well, love it or hate it, it snowed again, as we all know, overnight.
And tomorrow night as well, our news hounds found some critters that both love and hate the snow. It's time for this week's edition of the News Hounds.
Here's the News Hounds, Louie and Oliver, with their World News Roundup.
This week on the News Hounds, a hungry tortoise.
Penguins plus snow equals fun.
And the UK's ugliest dog.
But first, the animals at Whipsnade Zoo woke up to a big surprise this week. Snow turned their enclosures white. Wolverines Puff and Fee were not thrilled. Sniffing around for food was not fun in the snow, but the Siberian tigers there could care less. The species is native to Russia's Far East and northern China, so they're used to the cold weather.
On the other hand, animals at the Oregon Zoo couldn't be happier with a snow day. Polar bear half-sisters Nora and Amelia Gray played in the snow, while river otter Tilly and her adopted pups Flora and Hobson had a blast. Meanwhile, the penguins at the Calgary Zoo in Canada were feeling right at home. The king penguin colony couldn't wait to head outside and into that fresh white powder. It's winter enrichment at its best.
Let's slow things down a bit. Eddie, the Aldabra giant tortoise, is snacking on carrots and lettuce at the San Antonio Zoo. Eddie's moving kind of slow. He's over 100 years old and weighs 550 pounds. Here's a fun fact about tortoises. They can actually feel through their shells. They're big fans of shell scratches.
Also from the San Antonio Zoo, they posted video of one of its yellow-backed duikers munching on a crunchy leaf. These forest-dwelling antelope are native to Central and Western Africa and are solitary animals. They are rarely seen in male-female pairings.
And finally, meet Peggy. She's a pug mix and officially Britain's ugliest dog. She's perhaps not the prettiest creature, but still very special. Holly Middleton is Peggy's owner and loves her dog very much.
We're not daft. Like, we know she's not your standard looking cute and curly pooch. I think she's really cute. I don't think she's ugly.
Peggy's favorites in life are sleeping and eating, but she also loves a walk. But without any hair, she needs wrapping up in her jacket, which she enjoys. And the groomer has it easy. She only has to worry about a scrappy, spiky tuft on her head. So Peggy, enjoy your day in the sun and know that beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
And that's this week's edition of the News Hounds.
Just don't step on your tongue, Peggy.
Hey.
Oh, she's so cute.
All right, that's our time for now.
Yes.
Have a great weekend, everybody. We'll see you back here Monday. News 3 Now at 5 starts right now.